What's up, guys? Got a little constitutional silver in front of me. Going through some walking liberties. These are, I don't know if these are my favorite 50-cent pieces. I got some Benjis over here, some Franklins, some 40%. Got some Barbers, got some 40% Kennedys over here. Just going through some 50-cent pieces right now. And I said, "Hey, why not turn on the camera? I need to get this organized. I need to do year by year. I'm terrible at that. Every time I go to sit down and do it, somebody messes with me or something, or I get distracted. But let me tell you guys something, right? An ounce of silver is an ounce of silver, and I don't know if you guys noticed this or not about inflation and the prices going up, especially with gas right now. Stuff is getting bad. Stuff's getting bad, man. And you can just see it. When the banks, the bank bailout came earlier this year, and in 3 weeks they printed more money, or almost as much as we retracted over the last year and some change. They're going to keep raising rates. They're pausing right now, but they're saying on the next meeting they're going to raise rates. I don't know what's going to happen after that, but I do know it's not helping with inflation, in my opinion. People can't buy a house right now. House prices are ridiculous. You got obviously the housing rates are crazy, and people are just not selling right now. Because if you sell a house, 9 times out of 10 you want to buy another one, and people are just not doing it. So it's like a chokehold on the market right now. But inflation is getting ready to go crazy. I don't give a shit about what the CPI or the CP lie, I like to call it, says. It doesn't matter, man. We know what's going on. But with all this fiat currency and numbers on the screen out here, and silver's down, you know what I mean? It's not completely down. It's like $24 or whatever. But these coin shops, if you haven't noticed, they are absolutely overstocked in silver. If you haven't noticed that, I mean, they just are. These the same year. Years that I don't know. I'll check later. And they're overstocked right now, ladies and gentlemen. And what does that mean? That means prices have to go down. And the reason why, in my humble opinion, people are selling is because obviously you got older stackers, in a different place than much of us younger stackers are, that are, in the beginning or the middle or whatever stage of stacking. It's time for them to liquidate, and that's fine. That's going to happen in every cycle. But my personal opinion is some people jumped into silver and then they're jumping out trying to make a profit or whatever. But what I honestly think is people are hurting right now. People are hurting, and there's blood in the streets. There's absolute blood in the streets, and unfortunately, people are struggling, man. I go to these coin shops, man, and I see what's going on. And I gotta say, man, it's rough. This Declaration of Independence, beginning of it, this booklet right here, this is my favorite. This is the Constitution of the United States of America, the Declaration of Independence, Articles of Confederation, the Bill of Rights, and Amendments. This is my own little personal one. I just try to keep clean and don't take out anywhere and stuff like that. But I skim through it and read it every single day. I'm not joking with you, man. That's my handbook. But unfortunately, like I said, people are hurting, and they need money. They need currency. They need cash, and unfortunately, wages are not keeping up with inflation, and I predict it's going to get worse. This is like a silent depression or a quiet recession or whatever you want to call it. But if you look at the gas prices in Las Vegas, Nevada in particular, you can't find a gas station under $4. And I drive on the side and stuff like that, and I'm looking at different food prices. They're slightly going up. When I'm doing DoorDashes, I'm getting less and less tips and stuff. It's just crazy. This is why I'm so glad I stocked up on real money assets and things like that. But About this video and what I'm going to be talking about, or what I'm going to talk about briefly, is why you need to buy Constitutional Silver. I've gone over this many times. Again, when everybody else is selling, you need to be buying, okay? You can get Constitutional Silver in some markets at $17 face value. I just bought some the other day, 50-cent pieces, quarters and stuff. I got a really good price, man, $170, and I got $10 face value of a mix between 50-cent pieces, some dimes, a quarter, and then he threw in a couple of war nickels too, which was cool, man. Thank you for doing that, bro. But yeah, it's you got to buy it now because you remember the prices it used to be. You know what I mean? And then of course it's all about supply and demand. And again, the investment side of silver, and I'm not talking about the paper side. I'm not talking about the utility side where people are using it for solar panels and everything else. I'm talking about the investment side. We have our own little market, and you guys know that. And within that market, those are where premiums are set. Thus, the prices are set, right? So when a lot of inventory is in a coin shop, okay, I know spot price matters. Of course it does, but they'll base their price up or down on the supplier and demand and what they have in the shop and what they're paying for it and stuff like that. And that's just how it goes. And right now is the perfect time to buy Constitutional Silver. I go to all these coin shops and it's filled up. Last year you couldn't find Constitutional Silver. So again, nothing's changed with this stuff, guys. You know what I mean? This is Constitutional Silver. Okay? It's literally part of our heritage. It's historic. Again, I don't think it's going to be used in SHTF, but you never know. It could be if the EMP attack happens or something like that or whatever. But I don't know, man. I just got a strange feeling something's going to happen. I really do. And of course, you guys know I buy a lot of Bitcoin, of course, but I am an absolute sucker for Constitutional Silver, man. I'm just a sucker for it, man. You know what I mean? And I can't turn it down, guys. And you shouldn't either. And let me give you a little hint for the newbies out there. I know most of you guys know this, but if you can get a 50-cent piece the same price as a quarter or a dime, always get the 50-cent piece. If you can get a Mercury dime at the same price as a regular dime, always get the Mercury dime. Okay? And the reason being is they've made less Mercury dimes, obviously. There's no mistaking about a Mercury dime. You don't, because sometimes you go in those bins, man, and every once in a while you'll find, and I'm talking about a Rosie dime, you'll find a regular dime in there every once in a while. You know what I mean? Because they look just like dimes, And I don't know if every single time they count them and go through them and check them for silver. I don't know if they do them, but I've found some, and I always go through them. But of my choices, I'm always going to go Mercury dimes. I'm just going to do it. And I'm always going to go 50-cent pieces. Now, when it comes to which 50-cent piece am I going to take? Now that I'm talking about the three major ones. Am I going to take a Walker, a Kennedy, or a Benji? Ooh, boy. Depends on the day, ladies and gentlemen. Depends on the day. I don't know, man. That's tough. You know what I mean? Today, I guess I'd take the Walking Liberty. I don't know if it's Standing Liberty or Walking Liberty. I don't know if I'm saying that right. I don't know. All I know is I love it. I know the American Eagle insignia or the Lady Liberty was made off of this or whatever. This one does have the most history. This means a lot to me. But Benjamin Franklin is also one of my favorite founding fathers. But then Kennedy is one of my favorite presidents, if not my favorite president, besides George Washington, of course. And then my modern day favorite president is Ronald Reagan. And I put Trump somewhere in the top 10. But yeah, guys, point is, buy some Constitutional Silver while it's cheap and just put it back. Just buy it. Trade in some generic silver. If you can trade in some regular generic silver, ounce for ounce, for Constitutional Silver, do it, ladies and gentlemen. Because I'm telling you, whatever that red book says of how much, this many years of Walking Liberties and that many years of Benjis, they're not there because they melted them down, all right? So the bottom line is this. I can get all technical and show you all these pictures. Bottom line is, man, always buy valuable assets when they're cheap. Just do it. Real estate, cars, whatever. Because trust me, it'll come back around when people want it. And even though nobody wants it right now, trust me, to be about like a boomerang, and everybody will want it in the next few months. All right. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Thank you guys so much for watching. If there's anything you want me to talk about, leave it in the comment section below. All right. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll talk to you soon. Peace and love, guys.